Hello, friends. My name is host Eric. I'm the host of Talking with Famous People. This is Rachel, my beloved life partner.
Hi.
And together, we're live streaming on behalf of Talking with Famous People tonight. It's been a long day. It's been a long, sleepy day. I slept in very late, and then I took a nap not that long after that. Oh, cool.
That's good.
I'm glad Discord alerted you of this.
Yeah.
If you were worried that I was putting too much weight into Grass Eater's comment, the answer was no.
Nice catch.
Thanks, I'm pretty ninja. Hi, Grass Eater. I read your comment. I appreciate your concern. I don't think I need to worry about that, really. Like, I've always tried to have a place where people can hang out between streams or whatever. I've tried to make it the TWFP room, but that didn't end up working out.
Yeah.
Discord server is fine. It can accommodate more people. It's voice only. I don't have any objection to, anything like these other things that people are suggesting or whatever. Dave Sampson is not. Your NI is failing here, I think. There's been lots of times when also it's the case that people mistakenly assume that because I can be moved correctly, that I can be moved incorrectly. That's not correct. ENFJs often have that misconception. They watch me walking right along with them. Well, what's happening here is there are community members who want to continue talking to each other, but I'm not making live streams, or, if you're saying that that's going to cause them to watch fewer of my videos, well, I mean, maybe. It's like I'm not really worried about single vector things like that. It's not something I could control anyway. If people want to chat on Discord, it's up to them. If chatting on Discord is more fun than going to this live stream, then people will chat on Discord. And that's just life's humanity, man,
Yeah. Facts.
I don't worry about things like that.
If you were,
If you worry about YouTube, you're not gonna stick with it for very long, unless you're, somebody's got a clear plan or clear vision, I guess. But there wasn't anything going on here. It's like, I don't think he was a mocking tone anyway. The point is that after this thing ends, if people want to still talk, then they can.
Yeah, it's nice. It's a community thing.
Yeah, community's good. What do you happen when you run out of typology? You know about that? You go to the store, you go get more, but you don't want to go to the store right now. It's like, I don't really feel like it, but I'm out of typology. Or even worse, what happens if you begin binging a show only to discover it's still in production?
Oh my gosh.
Oh,
We didn't know.
I got to the end of Haikyuu and it's not over yet.
No, it's in the new season. We're like up to date now.
It's not an exodus. Look, Grassy, I've had people actively attempt to come in and conquer and divide and sometimes they pull off a few people here and there. Dave Sanderson is not trying to do that. There's nothing indicated. Dave Sanderson has done nothing to indicate to me that he's attempting to do anything but be helpful. I don't always trust his judgment. So, in other words, sometimes he thinks something is going to be helpful. I'm not sure about it, but I'm quite confident that affording people a place to continue chatting after this is not even any of my doing particularly. All I just say is, yeah, I'm behind this notion. Since people aren't going to the TWFP2 room, why not go there?
Yeah, it's a good place, I think, for people. I have it on my phone, but I am, I don't have my phone right now, but yeah, I'll probably use it sometimes.
If you're playing the Eric Sneezes drinking game.
Aww. Big sneezes for little Eric.
Okay, so how to solve resting bitch face? Well, let's say, for example, that in fact some people were communicating on Discord and there was less live chat going on here, but they were still watching it. Well, once we get above 30, it's going faster than people would really like anyway, probably because I can only address a certain amount of people's things. But if people are watching this but commenting about it on Discord, then okay, that's fine. Trying to control things is always a bad idea, in my opinion. Do I get any money from doing live chats? Yeah, I get super chats sometimes. I don't have because I have a very steady community, perhaps. And it's much more of a friendly environment around here, casual, friendly environments. I don't get a lot from super chat, but sometimes it can make up like half of my monthly income off YouTube, maybe, and from YouTube directly. The most I've ever gotten from YouTube, I got recently, which was like $300.
Wow! Congratulations.
It's not a homely environment; it's a homey environment. Okay.
Get it right, pay the price.
But I'm a big believer in non-zero sum realities. I believe you the camera mics first. It's still a sleepy week. It's a very sleepy day. I haven't gotten I decided not to set the mic. I'm being very lazy. I respect your feedback and will at some point adjust. But it's a very lazy day. I mean, I'm surprised I'm even live streaming. I rather expected myself to just not do anything except I got my first $100 a long time ago. I started YouTube before you had to have 1,000 viewers to be a monetized channel, and I was well past the monetization requirements when they made that new rule. So I've been monetized from the get-go. I remember back when I made my first tenth of a penny. I was so excited.
I just wanted to say that your skin looks very peachy today.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
Because I rubbed my face with peaches.
Oh, that's the magic stuff?
I just closed out Discord, dude, Saracen. It's very easy.
I just closed Discord. It's very easy.
Rachel does love me. Rachel really loves me.
Yes.
And I really love Rachel. And it is so nice to to feel completely comfortable in being well loved. I know, but there was mute, and then there was also like, I don't know, there was several different things it could have been. I don't even want to talk about it. Jesus. I do not want to talk about settings in some app. For Christ's sakes.
He just woke up from a
I
nap.
just woke up from a nap, okay? You know I have a low tolerance for this stuff.
This is Sleepy Week. He's actually live streaming on Sleeping Week. You guys are lucky.
It's only because it's such a boring day, too. It's like, you know, it seems like there's all these re-ups of the stay-at-home orders and stuff. Not that it really impacts us because we're so accustomed to staying home all the time anyway.
Yeah.
But, you know, after we ran out of haikus, where's what's her name? Octavia Silva. I want to tell her she needs to pick up where she left off because they're still making haikus, you know.
Ooh.
Because the last one that we just watched, it was released 2 days ago.
Wow.
On Crunchyroll.
Wow.
Which means it was released like Thursday.
That's some impressive.
Or Tuesday or something on in Tokyo.
Oh my God, it's so impressive.
All right, well, all they got to do is put the subtitles in.
No, I know.
And
then and then they can release it?
Yeah, well, they've got deals with those animation companies.
Cool. I know. I think it's so cool. It's kind of cool that we're like.
And sometimes they do have sometimes they put slightly wrong things in the subtitles, but not a lot of wrong things. Wouldn't life in and of itself be considered zero sum, although you have to live a life and achieve, etc.? We obviously die. No, I wouldn't call life zero sum. Life being zero sum would mean you have to kill somebody to give birth to a new child. And you always maintain the same total number of people. Things like basketball are zero sum, where one team has to lose for one team to win. That'd be interesting. A zero sum life, where before you can have a new child, you have to eliminate an existing person. That'd be zero sum, you know.
Wow.
Eric, prove that I exist. I was thinking about this obsession with existentiality that people have the other night in bed. It's a category error, of course. I mean, I don't exist. Existence isn't an attribute that I have. Existence is a word we use to distinguish between things that have nothing in the set and things that have something in the set. The set of Eric has one thing in it, you know? It's not an empty set. Do I exist? Do I not exist? People mistake this word for meaning something other than what it means, you know? Prove that I'm in a non-null set? Well, I can name myself Eric and point to myself. Here I am, one of me. There.
Ghost likes that you have a big bong and I have a little bong.
You know, I have to say, I'm split. I'm divided. Half the time I think I like my bong better. I'll take a couple bongers off Rachel's bong occasion. I'll think, I think I might like her bong better.
I like that you use it. I'm glad it's a shared item.
Well, I'm glad that you don't mind me sharing it with you.
No, we share a lot of things.
We do share a lot of things. It's a trick question. None of you are real.
Thank you.
Only I exist. Me and Rachel.
Actually, Eric bought it for me because I broke my old one, and this one's great. It has little slits, like at the bottom where the water is. So like
the smoke comes out from all around the circle in equal amounts.
Yeah, it's really cool. It's really bubbling.
Well, if you asked me if I was a man, that would not be a category, because as a human being, it's implicit that I exist, right? No. It's like saying, when we use the be verb, right? When we use a be verb at all, or make something a subject, then we define its role. When we define its role, then that presumes existentiality. In other words, existentiality comes before the question of whether or not something exists. In fact, the only thing that people really argue about the existence of is quote unquote reality and or God. So even if we are in a simulation, why would that fail to constitute existence? There'd still be a single instance of me that I can point to and name in a set.
Yeah.
But if you ask me if I'm a man, well, that's an actual attribute that people have. They can be male or female. People might try to argue that the boundary is more gray than that there are really more than two genders, whatever. But regardless, it's an attribute that people can have. If you say, prove that duck's not an atheist, it's a category error. Ducks can't be atheists. People can't be non-existent. You know, and I'm trying to answer the question as best I can rather than argue the point, really. You know, it's like if somebody would say to me, prove I exist in an argument, then well, atheist is an identity that an individual can confer upon themselves, certainly. Atheist is an identity that individuals can confer upon other people, certainly. But you note that people can't confer non-existence onto themselves, right? I can't. I can meaningfully define myself as lots of things. I can meaninglessly define myself as lots of things, and I can make a category error. Those are three levels of definition, right? To say that duck's a Baptist is a category error. To say that duck exists is merely a map distinction, not representative of anything on the territory. Where's my flirt? I still agree with you on the audio, okay?
Yeah, we do. I think everyone agrees on the audio. We just like don't feel like putting in the work or.
Well, look, the dead is a status that we can afford. That's an attribute people can have. So in other words, this body can be dead, okay? Well, Chris M., I would argue that, in fact, Plan B is totally legitimate as a consequence because due to some convoluted ontological argumentation, it turns out that no matter whenever you use Plan B, as long as there's been no observation of the thing existing yet, actually, then it never existed in the first place, for the reasons you indicate. And say, well, Eric, what about this existence thing? I mean, if you never can establish that it's not it's a non-null set, then it's a null set. It's a mapping thing. It's not a territory thing. You know, that's the mistake people make is they think that because there's some map word that it must link to something on the territory. In this instance, the map word is purely a mapping tool. It doesn't link to anything on the territory. Like shade the map blue in instances where it's next to mia if it's a mia is a mapping rule that doesn't necessarily link to anything in the physical world, right? Are cognitive functions created due to childborn experience or are they inborn? That is a question I do not know the answer to.
Yeah, I question that too.
I don't know. I think that having a position on existentiality is as silly as having a position on positivity or negativity in math. You know, it's like we can afford the number 2, a minus sign in front of it. That doesn't make it somehow non-existent anymore, right?
True.
It doesn't make it like a vacuum in space that something has to fill. There's a -2 out there. No, it's just a mapping tool.
Oh my gosh. You really are my soul partner.
Thanks, darling.
You're welcome.
So I'm absolutely not a nihilist at all. The fact that I'm not confused by language into taking positions on things that don't make any sense, that doesn't make me a nihilist. I'm not denying existence. I'm not denying meaning. I'm pointing out that not everything has meaning. That's one of the ways that we know meaning is meaningful. We can point out levels of distinction between things that have degrees of meaning. If I define something in a very operational way, then we can always test its definition and see if it functions to do what we want it to do. If I define something in a very affirmative burden way, then I can limit the number of things that qualify as under that definition. If I define things in a very negative burden way, then I can take another strategy to limiting the number of things that can make the set. I really don't know, love amazing. In fact, I'm assuming there must be some genetics in it, but my Discord's set up, David Sanderson. It's set up, for Christ's fucking sake. I don't, okay? So I got Discord, I got the app, it's installed, and whatever I end up doing with it, if I end up doing anything with it, we'll see. I don't know. I feel like it, you know?
Don't push on his A slot.
The existence of -2 is no different from 2, and it indicates that what the -2 represents as an object or an idea. Grass eater.
I was waiting for some kind of reaction from what he wrote. Grass eater. Don't ever know what you're gonna get in these streams.
Grass eater, do I seem to be as though I were somebody who is, I don't even want to talk to you. I understand that David Sanderson is, I would say it's more like he's acting like a meddling son than a meddling father.
Yeah.
Okay? If we were going to be accurate about
Yeah. Things. That's more accurate.
And you could say, listen, don't listen to your son too much because he thinks he has your best interest in mind, but he doesn't really. Or, you know, but what he considers your best interests are not actually in line with your best interests or whatever. But it's much more like a meddling son interfering than it is like a father interfering.
Yeah, because Emma's right. God damn it, Dad.
Yeah, there's that part. Is it condescending? Kind of. I assume it's because he's FE polar, not because he actually holds me in contempt. I don't know. I'm not so worried about such things as you. I mean, the thing is, Grass Eater, you underestimate my commitment to doing what I feel like doing. And there are instances where Dave Sanderson is so I'm convinced that it's not a bad idea and I should just, it's easy, where he makes a convincing enough case that the effort to outcome ratio of something is significantly low to high to make it worth my while doing. But I am my own man. Dave Sanderson is trying to be helpful in a somewhat pastorsome and FE blind way, but that's okay. I appreciate that. I make good decisions on my own without quite so much paranoid warning.
I think what Demon says is right. Eric, I think David's interested in his being enthusiastic. He
I do
is.
too.
But it's like exactly like what like a
It's what
meddling.
I like what Winston's mom says. That's what I would tend to conclude as well. I don't. I could conceive of a world where David Sanderson is trying to like somehow maximize some success of one of his own endeavors and my expansion. So I could conceive of such a world, but that's either not the case here, or to the extent that it is, I'm not. I'm as I'm as wary of bad ideas as anybody.
It's true.
I have to hear pretty convincing NI to be actually moved to take action.
It
And
is because he wants to help Prism.
yeah,
There's no ill intent. There's no ill intent. We're not saying that. What Eric is trying to say is that he's just not in the mood to do it. He already set it up, and that's it. He doesn't want to do anything more. That's it.
and I probably will start using it
Yeah.
a little bit if it turns out to be
It'll
useful.
be right.
To
Like you
communicate
can't
with
push
people.
someone. Yeah, you can't.
I already have so many communications to deal with. Today was kind of a nice day, and there were very few communications to deal with. Although my phone was dead all day, so that may be part of the reason why.
It happens. I will go through your emails if you want. Just remind me, because I have no problem.
Just wait till you get your new phone. We'll get my email on your
Yeah.
phone, and then it'll just sort of happen as you feel like it.
Yeah, I get it done.
Trying to structure some TE bullshit is not a good idea. For either of us.
No. That's why that's still like that.
Like, we go, hey, you know what we should do? We should assign one of us a task. And then we go, yeah, that's a good idea. And then we change the subject.
Yeah, it doesn't happen on the spot. It never happens on the spot. But I honestly am excited to get my new phone. I can't lie. I am. I'm very grateful to be getting it. And I get a lot of my work done on the toilet. Yo, I watched this YouTube. You know how you were watching like for a while people unwrapping old meals, what do they call them? The rations?
Uh-huh.
Old war rations. Well, there was this video suggested to me about testing like the new iPhones and like the stuff that it's claiming to do, and it looks like I made a good investment. So I'm happy about that because the guy dropped it from like many different heights and stuff, and
yeah, I like those videos where the guy eats the old MREs.
me too. They're so fun. He's like we're unwrapping it with him, you know? It's like a kid at a party, at a birthday party. You're like, ooh, this is the gift part.
He can just get timed out. I actually hit him. I just not in the mood for mindless provocation, I guess. It's just so like pointless.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Hey, Levi Samuels, what's up?
The thing is, there are plenty of ways to provoke me legitimately. If you can't come up with anything other than just, totally unwarranted, baseless claims about whatever, then I just fuck you. I'm not interested in messing around. It's like my tolerance for bullshit is getting lower in general.
Mine too. My sister's an ESFJ. maybe sometime Eric will be able to interview her. I'm sure she'd be happy to. And then you guys can get a sense of maybe what polar NI looks like.
What do I think about the quote, the idea that some lives matter less is the root of all evil?
Oh my gosh, who said that?
Um, I think nobody thinks that nobody has an expressed position anyway that some lives matter less. So the idea that some lives matter less is the root of all evil can't possibly be the case. I mean, almost nobody who contributes to some evil endeavor would argue that some lives matter less, at least not around here, not in the United States, probably not in the Western world. So it's difficult to say that that idea is responsible for any evil um, when you can't really find any proponents for that idea in places where evil exists nevertheless. I think evil is caused by different things in different places. I think evil is best sourced to, I guess, excessive map or excessive territory attachment.
Yeah, Levi Samuels, my sister is an ESFJ. She tested it at my request, of course.
But that's not the case that personal pain is the root of all evil. We can think of plenty of instances where pain does not lead to evil. And we can think of plenty of evil that does not emerge from pain. I mean, root means that it's sort of a source of it, right?
Yeah, she's great. Actually, she was just featured in the New York Post because apparently a lot of New Yorkers are traveling to Serbia because that's like the one place you can go, even though they're starting to like crack down on stuff now. Um, so they interviewed her, and her picture was featured twice, and they interviewed her.
That's pretty exciting
Yeah,
news.
isn't it?
Yeah.
She looked good. I was happy for her. I have an ESFJ aunt as well, who was my godmother. She was always very sweet. Yeah, Levi. Thanks.
Just because not all pain results in evil doesn't mean this. Oh, I said both sides of it. I said, and it's also the case that not all evil is sourced in pain. Um, it's like I think my explanation is better. That the root of all evil is excessive attachment to either the map or the territory frame of reference. That when people are excessively attached to the map frame of reference, they end up being ideologues like Islamic extremists or whatever. When they're excessively attached to the territory frame of reference, they make utilitarian justifications and don't care about whether things are fair.
Thanks, Levi Samuels. I'm actually really happy that she got to do it too. She actually is moving to Serbia. She moved. She bought an apartment the last time. No, two times before this. One time before this most recent trip there, and I think the article was a real cream on the on the cupcake for her. So it was nice. I was happy for her.
I mean, horse where I'd probably end up agreeing with you, but I wouldn't necessarily want to make that argument. you know, uh, I would obviously address the question honestly, but I probably would prefer to, not argue that philosophical point simply because it's, I would agree with you, and it's not a very popular position.
I think she is happy where she is. She said she's living basically in the Park Avenue area of Serbia. She's gonna be living in what was built as a dorm area for this guy and his daughters. So there's some stuff that she has to do with like the plumbing and stuff. But she seems really happy. I mean, it seems like it suits her. It kind of came out of nowhere for like my family. She did say that she wanted to move to not Belgrade, Bratislava. So
Okay, well, that's true, emailed Anthrax. Evil from your particular perspective doesn't need to be justified with anything that universally validates and is therefore arbitrary, and that's true.
Hi, Tiny Man 66. Good to see ya.
But that's not really a justification, is it? So, do I think positive discrimination is possible? Well, no, because the things that people want, like affirmative action or whatever, those actually are zero sum things. So somebody has to lose for some reason, and somebody has to win for some reason. And your choice is between reasons that are meritocratic and some other bullshit reason. And that's it. That is also how many chicks waste time on assholes. What is how many chicks waste time on assholes? Let me see. You avoided my view of looking at evil from my personal perspective. Interesting. Yeah, I guess I could couch. A lot of Christian apologists use the argument that existence requires some prediction because of lack of intelligibility of a non-TI dominant frame of reference. I mean, agency is linked to prediction, but I don't understand how that proves God. What do you think about the COVID vaccination? Do you think you'll take it? Not right away. I'll wait and see how people react to it.
That's smart.
I'll let some other people be. Oh, predication. Oh, I see. My bad. I misread that. Yeah, that's silly. I mean, it's like everything's reliant on this mapping tool. No, that's silly. Yeah, I think I'll let other people be the guinea pig a little bit first. I wonder why you're slightly out of focus. And I'm not.
Yeah.
It seems like no matter where we put it, it's the same way. You're slightly out of focus and I'm not.
Huh.
Well, I guess that's just pretty in focus there.
That's good. That's better than before now. Move closer to you. You know.
I mean, people can make whatever arguments they want, but I'm just saying that the bottom line about faith is the word faith is a word that to me means belief in the absence of evidence or in the face of
as poker.
Contrary evidence. So if you accept that definition, then that kind of ends the conversation, you know? David Sanderson, you don't need the apostrophe in kicks, okay? That doesn't make any sense.
Ba-ba-boom.
Now you've changed the meaning of the sentence, so it doesn't make any sense. Oh.
What are words for? When no one listens anymore.
That's quite a quite a claim there, David Sanderson. I think David Sanderson is just pretending to be a Destiny fanboy.
Ooh, I think so.
It might be the case. Because he's tricky like that. Tricky like that. Would the belief in consciousness be faith in the eyes of science? No, there's plenty of evidence of consciousness, beginning with our own experience and ending with others relating their experience to me via communicable ways. There's the same with many religions that even if you assume their ultimate omnipotent God exists, you still can't prove the religion necessarily right. It's usually most of it is portrayed though. Well, that's why you go Eric style Christian, because it's the best way to go.
Is it all licensed all the time?
Yeah, I'm a licensed Christian. I've been licensed by all licenses all the time to practice Eric Christianity. If you don't have that license, you probably shouldn't attempt to practice it.
Not really.
Because you might mess it up.
Because you know how to do it.
I'm licensed. That's why.
You're licensed.
I'm a licensed Eric Christian.
Yeah.
My version of Christianity is the best version of Christianity. And the only one that doesn't lose anybody else's arguments. That's what makes it the best.
You guys are my fam, just to let you know what's up.
It's called making limited claims. Don't let your ego write claims your body can't cash.
I mean, the guy's right.
That's straight from Top Gun. You know it's got to be true. Ain't nothing but wisdom in Top Gun.
Yeah.
That was one of Tom Cruise's early triumphs.
Yeah, that was his early triumph. I had that video game.
Running Fox feels the need for speed. Me too, indeed. But I'm going to wait another day or two because then I'll be properly mad. Your brothers don't like Lose Yourself by Eminem. Ain't nothing homoerotic about that battle of macho man fighter pilots. Nothing homoerotic about that, okay? That's real American manliness right there. There's even that one chick in they're fighting over. What's her name? Chicky Poo? Who plays that chick?
What are we talking about?
Top Gun.
Oh, yeah. Honestly, I've never seen it.
You are not missing out. I'm confident you're not, although I haven't seen it yet. We should probably see it, actually.
Wow, we should.
Last time we tried this, we made it about halfway through the movie. I thought it would be fun to watch I will just tell you this. Eric, you should try playing Caves of Quud. Last time I played, I ended up getting murdered by space goats after accidentally being teleported by a quantum vortex that was created by rampant mutations. that woman's a lesbian. That's why they had no chemistry. Huh? Maybe. Is she a
That could
lesbian?
be.
Kelly McSmelly? Is that her name?
Oh.
The character's name was Kelly, I think. Is what Winston's mom is saying. I have this little pimple right here on my
I
nose.
saw.
It's like,
Oof.
I hate those
I'm
things.
sorry.
Email metrics. Was that really your name, Kelly McGuinness? The volleyball. Let's talk a little volleyball. Boy, how about those Karasuno high school volleyball team people?
Yeah.
They're really putting up a fight at the Nationals in Japan.
Yeah.
They're about 6 episodes into this one match. If you want to watch a super long volleyball match, Haikyuu. It is just nuts.
This fourth season.
It's got to be the 6th episode on the same match at this point. There are 3 sets in a match, right? It's about 2 episodes a set. It's a very, very long.
I'm having flashbacks. Volleyball flashbacks.
No, I'm at the end of the 4th season, Joey.
Yeah.
Not Joey. Whoever asked me that. Somebody asked me
we
that.
wanted to talk to Octavio Silva about it because.
Oh, Sky Gear asked me.
Oh.
No, the episode we just watched came out 2 days ago.
Yeah.
They're still making those things. They are at Nationals. They are playing against a team known as the Ultimate Challenger or something like that. And it's the 2nd place in the nation team. And three v one is not an advantage. We're talking about the labor theory of value. Okay, well, remember that 3 versus 1 is not an advantage in debate, right? It just means that each of the people on the side of 3, none of them get to control their own destiny. Whereas Destiny gets to control his own destiny.
You're so right.
Mm-hmm.
Destiny does get to control his own destiny.
So, my NI never said he wasn't a fan of Destiny.
No.
Did I ever say that?
No.
Jesus, grass eater. I never said he wasn't a fan of Destiny. You're assuming that if he is a fan of Destiny, he must be opposed to me in some fashion. But that's not the case, right? Mm-hmm. He could genuinely be interested in both of us and like to see me debate him to see if I can handle him. Maybe he thinks that Destiny's going to win. That's fine. You can think that. You know, people think things all the time.
I can't see what people are saying.
I still think he was being overboard about his liking Destiny as a way of teasing you a little bit. Destiny is a guy who purportedly is a good debater. I don't know. Okay, Eric, your system now tells you that your ISFJ, your ISFJ busted your chops on NI and you had quite a bit of reaction, hence NI8. Eric, you're obviously ISFJ, C is just J. This was right on. Well, he thinks I'm an ESTP. You really fucked that up left and right, didn't you, Skygear? Sorry to hear that. Destiny sounds like a soap opera.
Destiny sounds like
Like
a
the name of
fucking
a
stripper.
Yeah.
And it does sound like a 70s soap opera.
Mm-hmm. Well, it
That's
sounds
what
like
you got in
Dynasty. That's why. It makes me think of Dynasty.
My mom used to say that I would cry during Dynasty.
I'm sure it was very sad. Am I out of cigarettes?
Oh my gosh.
No, I'm not.
Okay.
Look at this. I got another
He's
pack
got
right there.
another pack. I'm
Surprise,
so proud of you.
I'm going to pee now. Can you hold down the fort for a moment?
Yeah. Hi. Dynasty too. All I hear is a woman who likes the pole. Nothing wrong with that. I want to see Eric watch Destiny talk to Jesse Lee Peterson.
I don't want to watch those things.
Her destiny is the pole running fox. Is Pee still in the house?
Yeah, I think so.
Later, Genexial. Jexennial.
Genzennial?
I don't know.
Exochelt.
Jesse might have a mental disability.
Does who have a mental disability?
Jesse? I think it was his mom's face.
Jesse was a friend. You know he was a good friend of mine.
Winston's mom, are you planning any trips? Like, are you able to travel? I know you enjoy traveling. Oh my gosh, let me give you some room.
Your explanation? No. I don't think I saw it. Is it in the comments? The comments of the last Among Us video? Let's see. The hand things are dead bodies. Yeah, I figured that out eventually, but I'm sure you knew that since by the end people told you. But the thing is, when you see them, you get close, then your report button will light up and you click it to report the body. Now, I probably shouldn't have to explain why you should report the body as soon as possible. Because it's not obvious. If you don't see a body, if you see a body and you don't report it, you just give killers time to kill more people. Right. There are tasks in the game, but I see you aren't really focused on them. The reasoning for this is because, for one, you might not know the value of doing them, or two, is because you kind of value TE. When I watch you play as an INTP, this is annoying. But the reason it's so important to do tasks is because everyone finishes their tasks and you win the game as crewmate. So, all in all, there are two ways to win the game as crewmate. You either vote off all the imposters or everyone finishes their task. Another thing that's also carried over to be a ghost of the crewmate. If you're a ghost crewmate, you still have to do your task to help your team win. I was trying to. Because you hadn't any experience of being an imposter. I've done it one time.
You don't want any of this, do you?
No, you throw that up. I want to tell you the quill cooldown for the imposters so that when they kill, they have to wait for however long to kill again. I think. So hopefully this helps, and I won't be confused next time. Right, I figured that out eventually. Thank you.
Jesse's a friend. Yeah, no, he's a good friend of mine. Do you want to play Among Us?
No, not really. I'm not set up
really
to.
either.
I'm not set up to play it right
yeah.
now anyway. But
Fuck that ish. Whoa.
What's this?
Would you like a donut?
Oh, thanks. I had no idea what the thing she was handing me was. It looked like a thick hamburger patty or something. My mom has been a few weeks in Europe.
Well, Serbia is open right now, but they are planning on closing, my sister says, so I don't know.
As mom says, I was hoping perhaps one day to organize a meetup trip and I'll probably have a summer event in Europe.
Oh, I saw who's the summer event. That sounds fun.
Oh, here. Sorry, not in Europe. Here.
Cool.
I'm not sure about here as there. My bad.
I did too.
We're eating donuts, chocolate donuts. Entenmann's chocolate donuts. I don't know. By the county of Los Angeles. Stay at home, Mayor. What's new?
No, you look like a real type police.
Well, Destiny checked TinyMan66's Instagram once.
Wow.
Wow. I do not understand that statement of yours, Rob. It's a very strange statement.
Wow.
You want to say police who's the type thief? Everybody and anybody who makes claims about their type is subject to being pulled over and investigated. I know. What? I don't even know what to do that.
I know.
That weird metaphor there.
That's so weird.
If you haven't played Skyrim, you haven't lived. That's what I say. We see it all the time in our imagination emails, Anthrax. We all imagine what it looks like. Well, we get some wild things said here in the live channel and talking with famous people. It's the internet's most wild place that's not totally wild.
Didn't you know that already? Isn't that why you're here?
It's still policed somewhere.
Oh, I just sounded like Kurt Cobain. when he was at like the MTV Music Awards, and someone yelled at like, "Fuck corporations," and he was like, "Then why are you here?"
What stone of precision will we need to protect us from the upcoming Saturn-Jupiter conjunction?
Ooh.
Interesting you should ask that. Rachel, would you like to show her your new stone?
Yes, I would love to. Oh my gosh, it's so great. I've been looking for a reason to
It's the perfect protection stone.
It is. I'm so like excited. It's literally like called like the magical stone. They used to give it as gifts and wear it as jewelry in the medieval times. Love it. So it's called toadstone.
Toadstone. Now the thing is, I found out about this thing.
Oh, it's freezing cold.
I found out about this thing when I was looking up Dave Sanderson.
Let's see. It has some like iridescence to it.
Anyway, what is this thing? What is that thing that she's showing you? Actually, it is this stuff called broccolite. It's not broccoli. Let me see what the mineral is called. I will read you something about toadstone.
Yeah, Eric came up with this all himself. I had no idea.
All my idea together. This
time.
Because it's called buffonite, from Latin toad. It's a mythical stone or gem in that in its original form. Is that it was thought to be found in the head of a toad, but it's not actually found in the head of a toad. It is actually from ancient time, people associated fossils with jewels that were set inside the heads of toads, and these things are in fact fossilized. A true toadstone. Let me find buffonite. I gotta look for. It's actually, here it is. It's actually the button-like fossilized teeth of Lepidodes, an extinct genus of ray-finned fish. So this is a fossilized tooth of extinct fish. And it wasn't actually in the head of a toad. But anyway, these things, this particular kind of stone, toadstone, in the Middle Ages was used to protect against poison in particular. Oh. But, you know, it's good for general magical protection.
Just magical protection in general, yeah. Right away, it made me feel great because I have been thinking about, you know, the bad juju from that Thomas guy. I was like, this is like perfect protection from it. Like, what was that kind of stuff?
Yes, this is magical thinking. You were correct. I took your wrench, David Sanderson. I took your wrench because he pissed me off.
It is magical thinking. And it makes me feel better, like, having this. And, like, when I wear it, I'm going to feel a lot better, too. You know what I'm thinking?
I mean, I think the only reason I found out about the stone at all is because people around here were talking about toadstones, which is a different thing they're talking about. They were talking about stones that people would cut into and they would have a pocket in the middle of them. They find this toad sitting in this pocket in the middle of a stone. And no one could figure out how it would get there.
Yeah, thank you, Mom. It was very thoughtful. I love it. I'm going to make it into a necklace. I think 20 inches long. So it's like about here. So it'll hang like right here, close to my heart.
Yeah, well, what we're gonna do, Winston's mom, what I plan to do is take this place to a jeweler that doesn't just have already made jewelry, but that would make something that you bring in into jewelry. And I was hoping to get it set into, little circles. I don't know, small amount of gold or silver or something like that, and then make it into like you said, a talisman or an amulet or just a necklace, like a necklace.
Like hanging, right? Like I like it to be like this length.
Moldavite is interesting as well. It make me want to look it up. CBJG.
Don't we have moldavite? Isn't that black? Oh, how pretty.
Moldavite is a forest green, olive green, or blue greenish vitreous silica projectile rock formed by a meteorite impact 15 million years ago. It's a type of tektite. It's kind of glass. It's made by a meteor impact.
That's cool. Not as cool as my gift.
The total amount of moldavite scattered around the world is estimated at just 275 tons.
That's it?
There are 3 grades of moldavite: high quality, often referred to as museum grade, medium quality, and regular grade. All 3 grades can be told apart by their appearance. This is museum grade moldavite.
Beautiful.
Interesting. Do you only love amazing facts, or do you also love amazing logic? I love amazing facts. She might not. Dave Franklin is not a bot. A bot wouldn't have asked why he lost his wrench. Oh. My mistake. I misunderstood your joke as a serious claim. And now I've embarrassed myself.
The embarrassment?
Yes.
How dare?
It's a little smoky in here right now.
Was that me?
I think that was me. I just blew out a funnel. Maybe we both did.
We both did.
That's why it's a little smoky here. And the fan's off at the moment. I wish I wasn't broke. Can I wish on a rock from a back alley? I can't afford wishes of work because maybe I'm lazy. I need weed. I feel you, dog. I feel you.
Yeah, I feel you.
We all been there.
We have. Bye, greetings, wisdom.
Bye, greetings, wisdom. I feel high. Unusually high, actually. I don't normally get very high, even when I smoke a lot of weed, but.
So this elite is working.
I think it is, yeah. I think it's good.
I think you're right. I feel good and tired too. Rachel, what do you feel? Astrology works on some personality types and some don't? Well, love amazing facts. I like to use it for entertainment. I do think that there are some things that are true in, like, say, when you learn about your birth chart and when you learn about other people's birth charts and then like synastry. I do believe that uh, with some people, because of certain aspects, it's going to be a little bit more difficult than others. And then with other people that you have like trines and stuff, it's going to be easier because like I've tested it for like 10 years, but I wouldn't call it Bible, because um like if you're going to use astrology to like dictate your life, you're not like really living. You're just like letting shit happen and being like blaming it on astrology.
I was asked if I get nervous or anxious when I'm high in public. No, not at all.
Eric, Rachel, what are your signs according to astrology? Eric?
Wait, what was the question?
Eric, Rachel, what are your signs according to astrology?
Oh,
Chris M.
I am a Taurus with a meow meow rising and a meow meow descending, and my moon in meow meow meow.
Look, he's learning.
Mm-hmm.
And I am a Capricorn.
She's a Capricorn.
I don't care. I don't really. I mean, yeah, I'm a Capricorn.
I'm a Taurus. I'm a Ford Taurus.
He is
specifically. Grass Eater, will you stop with the constant, like, sex policing thing? Or whatever it is you're doing all the time? I like the preach. I like the preach. Preach, I like the pattern app? What does that mean?
I don't know. I was trying to decipher that too. What do I think about religion? Asked Rome. I don't. I think about it very little because I think that it divides a lot of people and creates a lot of disruptions in people's lives. And I don't understand it. So I go by Eric's Christianity because he's certified.
I'm licensed.
So he's licensed. I'm sorry, licensed. No, I am not anxious when I'm high in public. Sometimes I do like stoner things, and I'm like, oh man, like damn, my FE is bad right now. Like you could totally tell that I'm high or just like socially awkward. But I don't get anxious, and honestly, like I'm not gonna lie, like for people who do get anxious during when they smoke weed, it's not for you. That sucks. Like who wants to be anxious and like that sucks. Don't do it then.
Also, if it makes you fractious. Who wants to be fractious?
Yeah, who wants to be fractious?
All right. Also, it makes you do fractions.
Oh, fractions.
That's true. What I'm saying is,
if you smoking you do fractions,
makes you do fractions,
you really gotta consider why is it making you do that? Hey, Issa J 12.
I have anxiety and panic attacks on weed. Do you also have the tendency to use have too much? Are you high right now? Is that what you're trying to tell us on SAJ 12? Smoking promotes or reduces any cognitive function? No, I don't think so. There's sort of maybe a little bit. I don't know. Not cognitive function, really. It's like you still have the same cognitive functions. Cognitive functions are ways of paying attention. They may be impacted to some degree, one way or another, by being a little bit high.
Hey, SJ, nothing wrong with not smoking weed. I mean, it just sounds like it's not for you.
Oof. I am tired. I am already tired.
I am too.
I think this weed is very sleepy weed.
It is.
I mean, I don't have any amphetamines then,
It's extra sleepy, but that's a good thing. Oh, look who's handsome. Who's the handsome face with his handsome face all over the camera? Aw, I love you.
I love you too, my darling.
Mm.
Okay, my exhaustion is overwhelming me at this point. So we've got to bid you adieu. Good night, sweet friends.
Don't forget to eat plenty of cheese.
Parting is such sweet sorrow.
And I am an INFJ.